Chinese folklore horror movies worth watching. Chinese folklore is rich with supernatural creatures, vengeful spirits, and eerie legends that have been passed down through generations. These films bring those terrifying elements to life, often mixing history, myth, and psychological horror. Let's explore some of the scariest Chinese folklore horror movies you must check out if you love haunting supernatural tales. Rigor Mortis 2013, Vengeful Spirits, and Jiangshi. Rigor Mortis is a supernatural horror film that follows a washed-up actor who moves into a dilapidated apartment building. Little does he know, the building is haunted by evil spirits, including a Jiangshi, a notorious creature in Chinese folklore known as the hopping vampire. As the terror unfolds, the actor must face these sinister forces. Folklore element: Jiangshi, hopping vampire. In Chinese folklore, the Jiangshi is a reanimated corpse that hops rather than walks and drains the life force of the living. These terrifying creatures are often used to represent the consequences of unresolved death and the eerie idea of spirits returning in a distorted, monstrous form. Why you should watch. Rigor Mortis blends modern supernatural horror with traditional Chinese folklore, creating a unique and creepy atmosphere. The Jiangshi in this film is presented as a terrifying and grotesque entity, sure to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about vampires. The film captures the grim, unsettling vibe of Chinese ghost stories with chilling visuals and eerie practical effects. The Eye 2002, The Spirit World and the Third Eye. The Eye tells the story of a young woman who receives a corneal transplant and begins seeing disturbing, often horrifying visions of the dead. As her third eye opens, she is pulled into a dark world where she must confront the spirits tormenting her. Folklore element: the third eye and ghosts. In Chinese, the broad Eurasian folklore, the third eye is often seen as a supernatural ability that allows a person to see beyond the mortal realm, including spirits and ghosts. The idea of someone gaining the ability to see ghosts or the dead by accident taps into the fear of the unseen world that lurks just beyond our perception. Why you should watch. The Eye uses psychological horror and unsettling imagery to explore the haunting consequences of seeing the unseen. A ghostly atmosphere combined with spine-chilling jump scares creates a deeply unsettling experience. It also explores themes of trauma and guilt, making the horror feel personal and intense. The Tag-Along 2015, A Little Girl and a Red Shadowed Entity. The Tag-Along is a Taiwanese horror film based on the famous urban legend about a mysterious entity that follows children. A mother and daughter are stalked by a sinister shadowy figure, which has horrifying connection to a ghostly creature from Taiwanese folklore. Folklore element: Tag-Along Spirit. According to Taiwanese folklore, the Tag-Along Spirit is a malevolent entity that attaches itself to a person, especially children, and follows them. This spirit is known to bring bad luck or even death to those it latches onto. It's believed that the spirit attaches itself in secrecy, slowly draining the life force of its victim. Why you should watch. The haunting atmosphere is heightened by the fear of an unknown entity shadowing the characters. The ghostly figure that stalks the family is both mysterious and terrifying, playing on the fear of being followed by something invisible and malicious. The film builds a tense atmosphere through its slow pacing, letting the horror unfold gradually, with shocking and emotional moments throughout. Silk 2006, The Ghostly Attraction of the Unseen World. Silk tells the story of a team of researchers who use cutting-edge technology to communicate with the dead. But their experiments with the dead open a door to a horrifying and invisible world that threatens to consume them. This is a terrifying exploration of ghosts, spirits, and the unresolved lives of the dead. Folklore element. Ghosts and spirits. Chinese folklore is filled with tales of restless spirits and ghosts who can't move on to the afterlife due to unresolved issues. In Silk, the ghosts are tied to human emotions, such as regret or guilt, and their restless spirits are drawn to people who can interact with them. The idea of communicating with spirits using technology resonates with the traditional belief in spiritual mediums and methods to contact the dead. Why you should watch? The film combines modern technology with ancient ghostly beliefs, creating a chilling fusion of old and new horror. The film delves in the emotional and tragic aspects of the spirits, making the horror more than just about jump scares. The tension builds as the boundaries between the living and the dead blur, leading to a terrifying climax. Phantom of the Theater 2016. Cursed Theater and Restless Spirits. In Phantom of the Theater, a troupe of actors begins rehearsing a new play in a theater cursed by the ghosts of a tragic past. The spirits of those perished in a fire haunt the building, seeking vengeance for the wrongs that were done to him. Folklore element. Cursed Theater and Vengeful Ghosts. Chinese folklore is rife with stories of vengeful spirits that return from the grave to seek retribution. The theater itself is cursed. It's a place where the spirits of the dead cannot rest, and this is a common motif in Chinese ghost stories. Haunted locations that bear the sins of the past. The restless souls seek closure and vengeance. Why you should watch? This film creates a unique setting for horror. An abandoned, haunted theater with a tragic past. The spectral presence of the ghosts is palpable throughout the film, with eerie atmospheres and shocking moments of terror. A classic ghost story with deep roots in Chinese supernatural beliefs about spirits trapped in earthly places. The Tension 2019. Ghostly vengeance and political unrest. The tension is set during Taiwan's White Terror period in the 1960s, following a group of students trapped in their school by supernatural forces. The spirits they encounter are tied to Taiwan's turbulent political history, and their haunting is a form of vengeance. Folklore element. Ghosts of the past and political folklore. The spirits in the tension are symbolic of the trauma and injustice suffering during Taiwan's political turmoil. The ghosts in the film are linked to historical events, with the spirits representing the lost voices of those who died under political oppression. This is an example of folklore blending with real-world history, where the restless spirits of the past demand justice. Why you should watch? The tension blends political history with supernatural horror, creating a chilling narrative that both is historical and eerie. The film explores how societal trauma can linger in the form of vengeful spirits, adding depth to the horror. Intense atmospheric tension combined with a powerful message about Taiwan's history and political unrest. The Bridge Curse 2020. A haunted bridge and the curse of the dead. In The Bridge Curse, a group of university students sets out to test an urban legend about the cursed bridge, known for its ghostly inhabitants. Legend has it that if anyone who crosses the bridge will meet a terrifying fate. Folklore element. The cursed bridge and ghosts. Bridges are often seen as a place where the spirits of the dead linger in Chinese folklore. These spots are believed to be cursed because they are thresholds between the living world and the afterlife. The bridge curse is rooted in the belief that spirits may attach themselves to specific locations, especially those associated with death. Why you should watch? a modern take on the classic urban legend horror with the deeply rooted folklore element. The film builds suspense and dread with its eerie setting, and the supernatural terror that surrounds the cursed bridge. The sense of impending doom as the students face the spirits that haunt the bridge is palpable throughout the film. Final thoughts. A journey into Chinese folklore horror. Chinese folklore is steeped in supernatural legends, vengeful spirits, and tragic ghosts. These films use traditional beliefs to create spine-chilling stories, blending rich cultural heritage with modern horror. Whether you're interested in vengeful spirits, ghost locations, or haunting myths, these films will take you on a terrifying journey through the darkest side of Chinese folklore. So, the next time you go to a Chinese restaurant, keep an eye out for something in your food. It might be special. Bye bye.